Bitcoin's biggest corporate investor in posts $299 million loss after crypto crash. But billionaire CEO says he's not backing down. MicroStrategy, which, as we discussed earlier, owns more Bitcoin than any other corporation in the world, posted its biggest loss ever Thursday as a result of the cryptocurrency's massive crash last quarter. But the company's longtime CEO says the company will continue buying more of the volatile asset amid strong support from institutional investors. Rodolfo, we've talked about Michael Saylor before. We've always said this was coming. There would be a point where the board came to him with pitchforks and said, "What are you doing with our money?" I don't think we're quite there yet, but we are starting to see signs of Michael Saylor's position in his company. How long do you think he continue? Will the board remove Saylor and force them to sell their Bitcoin?
I think of Saylor as a Lazarite. Yes, he really is Lazarite. But you raise a point. I mean, will they remove him from the board? I mean, eventually these things happen and can happen. I don't know. It's one of my concerns. I mean, it's not. It's like Elon. Who cares what Elon says? Well, the market, but I don't. Well, but the market does. Yes. Well, but the market will feed themselves. Will find out again the road after the impact of what Elon says. And actually, it's kind of the same. Who cares what Saylor says? You know, we all do. Yeah, but me, I really think in Bitcoin, not because of Saylor says of Bitcoin, but me, not the institutional investors, no? Perhaps not the ones who are keeping it at 40. But I'm always concerned about how much of our trust is being placed on people and companies instead of what makes Bitcoin probably, the sole real scarce asset in the world for the near future. Yes. So if you're really into that, I know what happens to strategy or to Saylor. It's just a stone in the road, yes, or something that you think it will eventually outcome as you expect. If you don't believe that Bitcoin will survive any of those things, then why are you Bitcoin? I mean, okay, if you're just for the money, okay, yes, but if you don't believe that government will attack, but we will survive attacking, that big investors will invest and they will be pushed or somehow decide then to uninvest. If you don't expect big players to say, hey, and then say no, I mean, this should happen, this will happen. But if you don't realize that these things will happen, then you're watching a different movie. Yes, might happen with Saylor. I don't know. I guess it won't happen with Grayscale, for example. Yes, because Grayscale is himself. I guess it's different. Yes, Grayscale is 100%. Yes, but it's 100% Bitcoin. Yes, while MicroStrategy is a plural platform of investments. Yes, so eventually Grayscale could disappear, but I guess they won't change him for another one, start selling and doing another stuff. I don't know. I see you doing like this. So I don't know. But I think I don't see a near future with this might occur. But if Bitcoin goes back to 12, who knows? One of the things I read in an article recently, I guess the one you shared to me, is that he was looking for 500 and he got to 1.5 billion, yes, for the next round. And it was when it went down to 33. So if it goes down to 12, and he says, no, but I still need to buy, perhaps it's 5 billion, but I don't know. Bitcoin is this strange. When it goes up, everyone goes to buy. When it goes down, everyone is. And Simon says, yes, well, let's buy, but it's going down the trend. So I don't know. I think that it might occur. I hope that the real whales, but Bitcoin whales, no institutional ways, no investment ways, no Bitcoin individual ways, yes, that are believers of this, we just stay and keep believing, and the price is just a moment in the Bitcoin's life.
I think there's a very interesting disconnect in demand where somehow the information about Bitcoin got muddled. We had all those periods where it was a Ponzi scheme and it was just for Silk Road people and it was terrorist money or it used too much energy, whatever they're going to say. And it got muddled, right? And all the people and normal people, business people, all the kind of people that should be buying Bitcoin aren't buying Bitcoin and they aren't valuing it. And they aren't saying, just like they would say with an NFT, there's like, wow, there's only 21 million of these NFTs. You know, that means not that many people can get one, that kind of thing. They're not saying that with Bitcoin yet, but Michael Saylor was. Michael Saylor and his company went hard. They went heavy into Bitcoin with the idea being that they had the information and they were ahead of all these people and that all these people would naturally follow. So now the question is, how long can Saylor and his crew hold out before the rest of these people wake up to what we as Bitcoiners already know, how incredibly valuable these things are, how little we have of them, how desperately we're trying to hold on to what we have. And, you know, it's different. Again, Elon claims he's a holder or a hodler or whatever, and he has billions of dollars. You know, he's not hodling anything. He's doing what he wants to do. It's that guy that's working at McDonald's, that guy that's working in construction, that's holding on to his couple $100s in Bitcoin. That guy's a hodler. That guy is fighting it out. And every coffee he skips and every decision not to buy a magazine or whatever, or to go to the library, save some money, whatever you got to do, everything he does there, that guy is saving and hodling. So it's just a question of time. Will his board hold out when all those people come, or will they be this incredible story where they were too early and they had the right strategy? They had the buy Bitcoin and hold it strategy. And they told us, they had all these meetings and the websites and the information and everything, but it could still go down. So I think it's an exciting period.
I think, Tom, that one of the things that for sure happens is history. Yes. Investing into, I started in 2011. I don't remember. We talked about this, but I don't remember when it started. But 2011, yes. And I always say, people ask you when you start, yes. And oh yes, you start when we're doing was at 10 or at 20. It's not about when you start, but how many times you stayed. Yes, it's what you went through, not when you started, because much people bought at 10 and sold at 12 and they were 20%. Yes, so it's not when you start. It's not at what price you bought, but it's what you went through during all that time. Yes, so history explains you about what you might go through. It's not the truth, it's just history, but it's something which you create your truth. Yes, and as everything in value, yes, it's the expected utility, the expected cost, and how much you add of trust in these expectations. Why you expect it to go up, or you expect it to go down, or you expect to spend something, and there's always trust in the middle. That's why Bitcoin is so important. We're changing the way we create trust. No, this is blockchain and all this stuff. So history is relevant, and these investors that are coming today, they have 12 years of history. Yes, and history shows that Bitcoin does huge movements. So if you introduce your board about Bitcoin, going into Bitcoin, and you introduce them about the past, and yet you talk to them that it might go to 80% down, but we're doing this huge investment because in the long term, 200%, and we are, when you invest, I actually think like this, when you invest in a company, yes, and you put $2 million in a company, a VC, $10 million in a company, eventually at 5 years later, it turns out that it fades. Okay, you lost the 5 million, yes, but you wait 5 years to see if it really multiplies 12, 300, 400 times. So in Bitcoin, we haven't seen 5 years of downtrends, of downtrends, yes, and it's just about wait, wait, hold, yes, okay, it's a bad moment. Okay, it goes down, down, down. And we have quarters that we have to show, oh, we're going down, 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 down. But let's hold, because we're doing an investment for 5, 10, 50. So it has to do with the scope you put and understanding which are the risks in the middle of that scope. I'm sure that if they study the past, they are ready for what might come about the prices, yes, and they expect, because that's how they create their trust, you know, they believe based on the past that they expect that in 5 years between halving and halving, yes, prices tend to go up. So I wouldn't be so concerned. It's like a different kind of asset. They need to understand they are a different kind of asset. They need to look back and look and put their side of what future they expect. No, we have no reasons yet to believe that Bitcoin in the future won't be more valuable than Bitcoin in the past.